Tactical. Now, we do follow them on Twitter, and we have spoken to them before about emergency responses that they have carried out to particular predicaments. And this one has to do with a fire in an informal settlement. And they tweeted a short while ago, VTAC intervention units on the scene of another massive inferno in one of the informal settlements in Tshwane. Team members secure the scene whilst assisting residents to evacuate the area together with emergency and other services. So Tshwane and Tshwane sprang to it and managed to get Yaseen Theba on the line. He's the director of Vision Tactical. Thank you for very much for speaking to us on short notice, Yaseen. Give us a sense of this. Where are you and what is happening there?
Well, members of our team are in Hercules. I'm unfortunately in Johannesburg and I can't be on the ground with the guys. Right. But we were alerted to a massive fire earlier this morning in the Sunderland Reach area where 40 shacks were burnt. Fortunately, emergency services were able to put out those fires quite swiftly. The second fire was this afternoon in the northern part of Pretoria in Hercules, where about 100 shacks were caught on fire. The fire spread very fast due to the heavy wind in the area, and the heat made it even more difficult for firemen to contain it. But I can confirm that the fire is contained now, and there's been no injuries on scene.
Where exactly is Hercules, for those of us who are not familiar with that area, Yaseen?
It's more on the northern side of Pretoria, closer to Pretoria North, Claremont, that part of the city.
All right. So nobody injured or hopefully no casualties in this fire?
Fortunately, no casualties and no injuries. Medics were on scene to assist with minor smoke inhalation, but fortunately no one transported to hospital or anything.
You know, Yaseen, we're always warned about the danger of fires in informal settlements during winter, obviously because people are, lighting paraffin, what do you call these containers, that to keep themselves warm during winter. And yet I'm seeing a surprising number of fires in informal settlements during, what is spring, perhaps summer.
Recently we've noted an increasing amount of fires in the informal settlements, specifically around the illegal connections and things like that. I'm not saying that this is the cause today. It's still being investigated, and once we get an official statement from the emergency services, we'll know what the cause of today's fires were. But the amount of illegal connections in and around Johannesburg, Pretoria, especially in the informal settlements, is cause for concern. And I think it's something that needs to be addressed by the emergency services.
All right, so that's something we need to look at as well. I just want to ask you, and I'm certainly not asking you to answer for the city here, but just in case you have an awareness of this, I take it that many people are homeless after this fire. Any idea where they're being relocated to?
Well, at this stage, I think disaster management are on scene. They're doing assessments, and they will call on nearby churches, mosques, schools to basically come together and provide accommodation, food, and other arrangements for the victims of today's fire. But we giving them time to do their assessments, and as and when the assessments are done, they will inform us on what the requirements are, and we hope to assist them in trying to provide some sort of relief for the victims of today's fire.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Yaseen Theba, he's the director of Vision Tactical, speaking to us about that fire which broke out in the Hercules informal settlement a few hours ago. I think it was just over 1.5 hours ago. And fortunately, we're hearing that no one was injured. Certainly no one was killed, thankfully. But some people were treated for minor smoke inhalation. But it is such a worrying thing. We're seeing more and more of these informal settlement fires. And Yaseen mentioning there that there are instances, although we're not sure if that is the case here,